Another week, another batch of Switch deals for you all, and today I have 11 games for you all coming in under $10 or your regional equivalent, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now it's another week I like with some nice variety from boss rush experiences to deck builders and 3D platformers. I've also noticed a spike in horror games. Halloween, is upon us, so I wanted to give you all a couple of options, some scary, others more, let's say, thematically in keeping with the season that anyone could play. So with that, hit subscribe. We're pushing here for 60,000 subscribers before year end, so each one of you makes a huge difference, and what we do here is reviews, deals and lists daily. As always, and I do have a winner to announce for a $10 eShop gift card and one more to give away. To enter, drop a comment down below and that winner they'll be announced in next Thursday's video. Observer then is a great pick for fans of cyberpunk horror. Set in Poland in 2084, the game throws you into a dark dystopian world where governments have collapsed and corporations rule with an iron fist. Now you play as an observer, an agent of these entities. Now when your son goes missing, you set off on a personal mission without corporate authority. Leveraging your hacking abilities, including diving into people's minds, you unravel the mystery behind your son's disappearance. While the game has a more confined setting, it fully utilizes every inch, making this first-person adventure, in my opinion, incredible. It is a slow burn narrative as well, but I really enjoyed the twist, and there's also a top-tier Hollywood cast elevating it. It helps that it looks great on the Switch as well, and it's 85% off a new low price. Furi Modore Edition is a boss rush game that melds sword fighting with gunplay, resulting in a fast-paced and intense experience. Now you take on the role of a prisoner trapped in a mysterious location, fighting for freedom, and basically to escape you must defeat these various guardians blocking your path. The heart of this game lies in its one-on-one battles that are incredibly challenging, and they even throw some bullet hell patterns at you. Mastering this one will require both practice and patience, especially on that standard difficulty. Now if this seems daunting, there was an invincibility mode added in a post-launch patch. That's a welcome addition, as the more that can enjoy this one, the better. I'm a big fan myself, and I do think more should experience it. This edition then also bundles in the recently released DLC, which introduced a new character and a new fighting style. Check out my review of the base game and the DLC in the pinned comments. Then it is a new low price as well, 60% off, but just know it is only by a few cents. Griftlands is a great deck builder. In fact, I featured it on my best deck builder video. I will pin that in the comment down below. What I loved was its sci-fi world, complemented by 3 distinct playable characters. Each of those then boasts their own campaign and unique deck abilities. There's going to be Sal, who's out to maximize profit, Rick the spy with a motive, and Smith, who might just save the world if he can muster the energy. What sets Griftlands apart is its unique gameplay elements. It's not just about card battles, your decisions here genuinely matter. You also then have the capability to assemble a team, and even the option to sidestep combat entirely given you choose the right words. Currently, it's 50% off a new low price. Pinstripe then, and Halloween is nearly upon us, so again, as I said, we have a few horror games, but this one, not necessarily scary, rather it can be a little creepy in its narrative, but it's not packing any jump scares. Now this one's an adventure game with platforming elements where you play as Teddy, a former minister travelling the frozen afterlife to rescue his kidnapped daughter from the despicable Mr. Pinstripe. Now on this journey, expect to uncover Teddy's dark past as you overcome 6 levels packed with environmental puzzles and enemies. This was actually one of the earliest reviews here on the channel before we converted to being Switch exclusively, so I will link that down below, but just know it was based on the Xbox build. Videos then from over 5 years ago at this point, so do excuse the quality as well. Then it's 80% off, matching the low price. Woven is also back, matching the low price with 90% off. This is a 3D adventure puzzle game, definitely lightening the mood here. It won't really challenge you too much, but you do play as a stuffed animal who can change his body parts out to overcome this journey. Now I know it sounds a little strange, and it is a little strange, but it adds some nice variety to the gameplay. Really had fun with this one. The experimentation with unlocks is easily the best bit. The story, we are investigating why our woolly world is being threatened by metal insects. Ganryu 2 Hakuma Kojiro is back, matching the low with 75% off. This is a sequel to a game that was released back in 1999 on the Neo Geo. Never played that myself personally, but do let me know in the comments if you have, would love to hear about it. But this one, it's a hack and slash experience. course, it is challenging, that's exactly how it should be, and here as you progress along this journey, you'll be unlocking all sorts of special abilities to support you in the action. Love the visuals as well with this one, gives me a Mega Drive vibe to things, always a good thing in my opinion, and I don't think you can go wrong at this price point. Layers of Fear Legacy is another great horror option for the Halloween season. Now here you'll be taking on the role of a painter descending into madness who is out to create his masterpiece, but with each layer of paint comes new nightmares from jump scares that got me to a whole lot of suspense. Like this one because it balances though that fine line between cheap scares and that ongoing sense of dread. Now the storyline's fantastic as well, and it's not just the base game either, it also includes the Inheritance DLC to expand that game time. 85% off here is a new low price. While I'm on Layers of Fear, the sequel is also on sale. This one's matching the low price with 85% off. I actually reviewed it on the channel as well. I'll find that in the pinned comment below. It's another one that looks visually just stunning on the hardware. I think they are really pushing the system with these, but this one packs a more, unique setting. We're in the golden era of Hollywood aboard a ship, and our madness is driving this location to shift and change around us. Don't think it's quite as good as the original, but both are better than most genre entries out there. And again, it's a scary one, so if that's not your thing, do not come here. It is the constant tension that got to me personally. Dicey Dungeon then, and this is back matching the low price with 87% off. I think this game is genius personally, and you can easily justify that full price, never mind the discount. It's a deck builder with 6 playable characters, that's the title of Dice, and you are battling to overcome and escape Lady Luck. Each of the characters has their own unique playstyle with different abilities. It is class based, and along the journey expect a ton of loot and leveling up, and it's one of the best in the genre, and just like many in the genre, it's going to keep you coming back for a long time to come. Vampyr is here with a new low price, 75% off. This is the first time the game has been sub $10. Now this is a unique one, but do be warned, this may not appeal to everyone due to its slower pace. I thought it was really unique, however, as we assume the role of a recently turned vampire who just happens to be a doctor as well. It's a game where we want to help people, but we need to balance that with our need to feed on humans. It's kind of that dilemma, of hurting the thing that you have a responsibility to protect. Creates this really interesting dynamic. Choices made in game then will impact the narrative, as well as the relationships with those around you. The gameplay then is really exploration, some combat, elements of stealth as well, but overall I just love seeing the characters react to you, and I really like that setting too. London 1918, it's not an era we see all of that often in games. Our winner of the week then is going to Alavo, who shouted out Shotgun King. Honestly, a gem of a game, that one. Really unique, and that is always great to see. Congrats on the win. Drop me an email for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next week's video. Windjammers 2 then is our final game of the video. It's 50% off, a new low price. I'm a big fan of this game. Check out my review in the pinned comments. One of my big complaints was the lack of crossplay and the lack of Switch players, but they've just corrected that yesterday. What they did was they dropped a free DLC which added new characters, modes, and the aforementioned crossplay, meaning this is the best version yet, and it may just be the perfect time to jump in. Now I did a full news article of this over on xpcorner.net, which I will link down below. We've had a ton of coverage over there this first couple of weeks of the website being live, so do come check it out. But the gameplay here, it's a disc-based sport where you need to throw it into a net behind an opponent 1v1, just really fun arcade action, great visuals, even some mini stories for each playable character. Great to see the support continuing for it. It's absolutely deserved, and you can check out my video review in the pinned comments. And that is the video down. What will you be adding to the library this week? Let me know in the comments. With that, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.